to your second leaves class. I'm so excited if you decided to tune in today, whether you're just gonna watch or whether you're gonna participate with the activities. Our craft today is gonna be some water blaster painting, so it's gonna be super fun. We're gonna do it outside so the mess stays out there and the rain can clean it up when it comes. Our second activity is gonna be some underwater sand. It's magic sand, it's really cool. That one's just gonna be visual. After that, we're gonna do a hands-on experiment with some baking soda and vinegar. That one's also really cool to watch. Our emotions lesson is gonna be worrying. So we're gonna talk about what that means and then what to do if you feel that way. And then we're gonna end with our STEM activity. It's gonna be a ninja hallway laser maze. So you guys are gonna get to be super creative as you try to design your own laser maze. So I hope you guys are super excited and ready to listen. So we're gonna jump right in and start with the craft. So you're gonna start by putting a little bit of water into your water blaster and then paint and then some more water and shaking it up and repeating. Next, you'll take your poster board, cardboard, paper, whatever you choose to use, put it against a rock or a tree, stand it up if you can. Then you can spend as much time as you want decorating your canvas with lots of different colors. I hope you all really enjoyed that craft. It was so fun. Up next, we are gonna do our first science activity, which is the magic underwater sand. And this one is just visual, so just watch and prepare to be amazed. You ready? For this experiment, I used the Scotchgard fabric protector. I sprayed it onto the sand, spread it around with a spatula, and repeated that process multiple times while mixing it in between. Once the sand had fully dried, I put it into cups to get ready for the experiment. I had a glass jar filled with water and a funnel on top, and I would pour the sand through the funnel and let it flow into the water. The fabric protector put a hydrophobic coating around the sand. Hydrophobic means water-fearing, so the sand is doing whatever it can to not mix with the water. As you notice, when the sand is poured into the water, it clumps together instead of spreading around. This experiment was super fun to do. You can dry out the sand and use it again for multiple experiments. You're going to start by putting baking soda in your container and vinegar into your bowl. I mixed food coloring on top of the baking soda and mixed it in as best I could with a straw. Then I used my dropper to put vinegar on top of the baking soda, and I observed the reaction that happened. When the vinegar mixes with the baking soda, a chemical reaction occurs, creating carbon dioxide. Questions and Feelings About Worries by Paul Chrysolacy. Have you ever worried about something? Maybe you've been invited to a party and you're worried that you won't know anyone else. Or perhaps someone you love is ill and you're concerned about what might happen to them. We all have worries from time to time. Parents, friends, and teachers can all worry. It's a normal part of life. What are you worried about? When worries fill our heads, they make us feel anxious. Anxiety can make us feel unwell. We might feel all wobbly inside, or our hearts might beat faster. Maybe our bellies ache, or we don't feel like eating. How do you feel when you're worried? Worries can make us behave in different ways. Some children might feel sad or angry. Others might have bad dreams or difficulty sleeping. You might find it difficult to concentrate or feel scared to try new things. Or you might not feel like going to school or spending time away from your loved ones. Sometimes worrying can be useful. It tells us that something is wrong and that we need to go get help. If your friend got hurt at the playground, you would worry for them and take them to the school nurse or call a teacher. But worrying can also be unhelpful. This happens when we imagine bad things happening to us, even though there is nothing wrong. Sometimes we may worry about bad things by asking ourselves what if questions, such as, what if I fell out of a tree? Or what if my dog was ill? What questions do you ask yourself? Worries are nothing more than unfriendly thoughts. The more we think them, the more anxious they can make us feel. But there's good news. Even though these thoughts may feel real, they are not. They are only thoughts. You can't hold a thought in your hand or see the shape of a thought. Try it for yourself. Think about a pink elephant. Can you see one in your mind? That pink elephant is only a thought. You can't really touch it or smell it, can you? It's the same with worries. Even though worries are not real things, our bodies still feel anxious when we think them. Our bodies believe that the worries are real. What can you do to make yourself feel better when you are worrying? Luckily, there are many things that can help. You can choose to place your attention on something that is happening now rather than get lost in worries about the future. A good place to start is to focus on your breathing. See if you can feel the air moving into your nose as you breathe in and out. Notice how each breath is different. You can also notice what's going on around you. If you are outdoors, you might feel warm sun on your skin or see the colors and shapes of plants and trees. Listening to sounds can be very calming. Birds tweeting, a breeze blowing, music playing. See how many different sounds you can notice. After taking in sights and sounds for a few minutes, you will probably notice that the anxiety and worries are not so loud anymore. What do you hear when you are outside? It also helps to write down your worries or draw them. Once you have done this, fold up the paper and place it in a worry box, or you can use a shoe box or a tissue box. Place the worry box on a shelf or in a drawer. You can open the box at the end of the week and empty the worries. You might realize that they aren't worries anymore. Sometimes all we need when we are feeling worried about something is to talk to someone. It could be our parents or caregivers, brothers, sisters, friends, or anyone we trust, even our pets. Sharing worries helps us move the anxious feelings out of our bodies. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. Fresh air flows and everyone feels better. It's also helpful to remember, very often things seem worse in our imaginations than they are. And we are often a lot braver and more able than we think. The end. Worrying is a normal part of life. Everyone feels worried. I feel worried. Your friends, family, everyone you come across feels worries from time to time. That's something that brings us all together. So worrying can cause anxiety. Anxiety makes our body feel weak. You can feel tired, or your stomach might hurt, your head might hurt. You might have bad dreams, so difficulty sleeping. Your thoughts might kind of be jumbled on one topic and repeat over and over. And worrying can be helpful at times if there's something wrong. That's your body letting you know. So if somebody gets hurt, like the book used as an example, you get worried and you know to do something. But in other situations, like in your daily life, if you start to feel anxious, it's your body saying, hey, take a step back. Maybe we should think about it. But sometimes the worrying can be over excessive. And that is when it can be bad. Our imaginations are so powerful that sometimes the worries can feel worse in our heads than if they happened in real life, because we have really powerful imaginations. And so if we can't control our worries, we just spiral. And then our worries grow bigger and bigger, and it's like if you roll a snowball down a hill and then it just clumps and piles on top of each other, and then what started as a little worry is now ginormous and following you around everywhere you go. So that's another big reason to talk to somebody, because if you can stop and focus, ground yourself, breathe, and then talk it out loud. And then you can figure out what is the best way to handle it, if you need to do something about it, or if you need to relax and let it go. So talk to someone and breathe are the two biggest things. And then you can do one of your coping skills. So pull it out, painting, reading, drawing, playing outside, being in nature, being with your family. So I hope you all enjoyed that. All right, the laser maze is so fun. So I have, some people call this crepe paper, but I call it streamers. So this is what I have, and then you just need some tape. So I use blue tape, but you can use Scotch tape, whatever you have around the house. If you don't have crepe paper, you can use string or yarn or rope, or you gotta be creative, see what you have. But then you kind of want a hallway, that would be ideal. I don't have a very big hallway, but the little boy that I'm still able to see does. So I have pictures of the one I did there. And so I hope you guys are excited. It's super fun, super easy. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you have fun making one at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It was super fun to make. Lots of outside activities and stay-at-home activities for you guys to do right now. So like, subscribe, and share, and I will be making more. So tune in next week.